Hey everybody, I'm TecToss and welcome to the start of a new series of Let's Play Endless Legend, which is gonna be played in the new Shadows expansion. Well, it's not that new, but I just now got time to get around to it. And despite loading the game up for I think 3 or 4 times, I did not get the new Shadows expansion background, though this one is rather charming as well, isn't it? Anyway, who cares? Let's get into the game. As usual, on Impossible, on a rather smallish map, so we can get through that and in reasonable time. And of course, playing the new Race the Forgotten. Now these guys make use of the new mechanics, the sorry for that, the espionage mechanics, I'll say. And they have some rather interesting abilities, as have most of these factions though. Gotta buy the Masari in some point. Anyway, right, so let's get through them real quick. First, let's take a quick look at their units. All of their units have stealth, including the Settler, which is a pretty awesome ability because we can roam through enemy lands without getting detected, which is rather helpful for the new stealth and infiltration mechanics. The Assassin, I'd say an average, rather damage-dealing focused type of unit. They have high attack, decent damage, decent initiative, demands. Nothing really stands out about them, except their abilities, but we're gonna go through them when I can actually mouse over and show you. The Predator is rather interesting. They're also not that great in terms of stats, rather high attack, though they have a very, well, I'd say very unique, again, ability with the Predator's Mark, but we're gonna go over that as soon as we're in-game. And last, the Myth. No, the Mist, not the Myth, jeez. And again, very interesting ability for chain lightning-like damage, area of effect damage that is, but average to lowish stats. Alright, so now what makes them so unique? Well, it's their first trait, the science phobic. They do not get any research, much like the Broken Lords don't get any food. They rather buy their techs with dust. They have other ways of getting tech, but we're gonna get to that. So that is a major difference to all the other races. We'll have to kind of rely on dust, I'd say as much as the Broken Lords almost. They get their population from dust while we get our tech. And yeah, that's rather important to advance in the game. They also are knowledge seekers, which is the second unique ability they have. And that allows them, while other races in espionage actions can decrease science productions, these guys can actually steal tech from other races, which is super helpful and kind of complements the science phobic well, or rather offsets it a little bit, because we can get tech through other means. Dust sense, we get more dust from pillage. That's a tech that otherwise has to be researched. Same goes for what's mine is mine. That's our special unit. Search party, again, starting tech. Expert foragers, so we gain loot when we destroy neutral villages. I don't know how much that is actually, but should make it more viable to actually just stomp on neutral villages instead of doing their quest, if the quest sucks though. And more pillage power, but we're gonna get to that when it actually becomes relevant. And obviously the pillage ability, which others also have to research. That should do it. Oh, and learn from others, so we gain more XP while we're spying on others. Alright, let's select these guys and find a nice color. They could have put a gray in here for them, because I feel that's the most fitting color. So dark green or dark blue. I think dark blue, I just like blue. And what do we want to play against? Well, let's see. I didn't play against the Wild Walkers in forever. I think not once since I actually started recording here, right? Right, so let's pick them. They might just walk all over me, because they are the Wild Walkers after all, but might be fun. We also didn't see the where are they, necrophages in quite some time, So let's have these guys and give them their insect green. Actually, these guys need the dark green. And then you guys need that orange. Alright. And who else? Who could stand a chance against them? I could put the Draken in for the 3 most... let's get the Walters. And give them their blue. Alright, we played against the Walters recently. We also played against the Ardent Mages. We did play as the Roving Clans. Again, the cultists, they are a lot stronger in that expansion, but I'm just scared that the AI will just mess them up and they're just gonna be dead in the water. So I'm not gonna pick them as an AI. Broken Lords? They also kind of suck when the AI plays them. Yeah, I guess the Walters are a good choice here. And give them their light blue. Alright, that should be a decent start. All the rest is gonna be as we know it. Speed scale on fast, alright. I'm gonna keep the world as I had it last time. Have it like be one continent. So... let's get to it. Because some of you told me you're rather tired of my island maps, which yeah, I kind of have to agree. It's more fun on a continent where you can actually be at war early on. Anyway, I'm gonna shut up now and watch the intro, and we'll see each other after that.
Ages ago, we were banished by our kin. In fear and shame, they turned their backs on us, closing the door. We survived on a world gone mad by embracing the madness. Thus, shadow and silence became our allies, and they made us strong. Now the time for payment of ancient debts has come. The price will be high, and we will be paid in full.
Kind of like his quiet, powerful voice. That is... Alright, so here we are. Starting out near the water and near a mutant march, which mostly gives a science bonus, which is really not relevant for us. Alright, let's take a look at the map. Oh dear, that is not the best of starting positions. We do have a nice food bonus here. Oh, that's a new one. Botanical garden, I didn't see that yet. But what we really need is dust, and if we settle next to this, we'll only get 4 dust, which is really pathetic. Could settle right on it. Or here, maybe? Oh god, that is not a good starting position. So let's send out the assassins, 1 in each direction, see if they can find a better spot to settle on. Well, at least we do have some titanium in here, so that is something, but really won't help me that much. And glass steel. Alright, so at least they give me that, but man, this really sucks, because we do rely on dust heavily for our tech, especially in the early game. And starting out like this, well, let's actually search the ruin first. There we go. Get a little extra dust. Alright, starting out like this is actually pretty bad, I have to say. But can't be changed now. So we'll have to make the best of it. I think we'll just... maybe we can... at least here we get the most overall. No, don't even get that. From here, though, we can expand into the forest area. Can also do that from here. God, that is one sucky starting position, I gotta say. Could go up here. But there's even less dust. So at least we're gonna have a decent amount of food. Or we could go in the middle of the forest. I think that's gonna be like the most viable option, because the next best thing to dust for us is production. And here we're gonna have 12 production, which is not amazing, but it's something at least. And we can then work our way down here. How's that here? 10 production and 9 food. Yeah. Now this here will allow us more easily the... Yeah, this triangle's a little better. Now let's start it here. And man, that's annoying. Now let's make use of their ability right away. And what's the first tech we get? Huh? Pop quiz? Of course, it's the mill foundry. It's just the most basic, most important tech, especially if you already have a city that has high production. So let's get that. And sure, let's make it our first building. Like that. You can just buy it and put it in here, and there you go. Pretty amazing, isn't it? So let's get that first, and then get the Founders Memorial afterwards. And try and settle fast. Maybe that could be a viable strategy with that weird start we got. And, well, that should do it for the turn. There's no sense in queuing up the techs, because we could... It's just serving as a reminder, because there's no actual tech progress. We'll just go through there and buy out the techs as we need them. Just like the Mill Foundry right now, so, yeah. Probably gonna go for the language square rather early. So we can get the quests here. Dragon Tree, again, pretty good for science. Not so great for... yeah, these tiles really suck. This would be like... If we have any other race than the Forgotten, this would be a really good starting location. Like, really good. We could either settle up here and triangle up there or whatever, because there's a lot of science bonuses on these tiles, science and food in actually, and we have the glass steel and the titanium, which is rather helpful, but we are the Forgotten, so it's not that great. Alrighty, so the okay, that's a lot of text. The quest I heard is really good, so this one might be one that we'll... Okay, this one is not too helpful. Might be one that we actually pursue more actively. And I'm gonna scroll through the lore, just so you get some chance to read that. There you go. Can pause the video and read that if you're interested. Okay, so for me the basics is we kill Delva village in Yunarin, pacify the village, and then talk to the tribe. Yunarin, can we see that? No, we cannot yet see it. That means we gotta do a little more scouting, doesn't it? Let's scout up. Are there neighbors right away? No. Just our borders. Okay, that's as much scouting as we have to get out of the forest there, because that heavily restricts our movement. Seriton. Let's get up here. See what we can find there. Some temple ruins, though that is an opening in the cliff, right? Because we can't get up right there, but we can get up here. So let us do just that. 4 turns, very nice. Can we... no. Well. Not much to do in the early game, I'd say. Now the new mechanics, well, I could at least start explaining it when I'm the one that we see already. The espionage I'm not gonna explain until we actually get to it. Oh, there we go. There's our Delvers. Very nice. Let's go and say hi. How do we say hi, actually? Nope. I think we'll buy out that, though 42 is rather expensive. Gotta do it, though. Got to do it. Hello, guys. Bestow 10 spices and 10 quicksilver. Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. Okay, so we're gonna assign the hero to the town, for one, to save money, and they do have a dust boost, so we're gonna gain 4 additional dust, and we'll have 1 less army to support. Ah, I knew it. I knew it. Goddamn sneaky game. Alright, so this would be a nice place to start my first. Yeah, this would have been a lot better. Less production though, a lot of adjacent sea tiles if we triangle up like this. Which could be very, very productive later on once we get the text to improve them. And of course it's gonna be connected to another part of the continent through that one tile that's hidden outside my vision range. What else? God damn sneaky game. Build 2 extractors and we're gonna get the augmented extractors. Well, that is one we definitely want to complete. Though it doesn't look like we have any... Oh, we do have the wine. Okay. So that's 1 strategic resource. And 1 augmented extractor. Yeah, okay, let's see, you around there, and you around there. Okay, so what did I want to do? I want to get around to explaining the new mechanics. So the cities now have security. And that can be improved by, I think, buildings, but mostly by heroes. So if you take a look at the skill tree, the hero here has a skill that gives you 15 security, and there's also items that do it, I think. No, that one just gives you detection. So the security is gonna determine how likely it is for the enemy spies to succeed in their actions. And what they are, we're gonna see later when I'm actually gonna infiltrate cities, because spying is gonna be one of the major ways to get ahead for the Forgotten. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So once an enemy spy performs an action, either nothing will happen, or they get wounded or disabled, or in the best case they get captured and disabled for a very long time. And your level of security kind of determines how likely it is. Now if you know that there's an enemy spy in your city, you can do the roundup action, which will cost you a lot of production, actually 50% of production that's generated by your people. So it's a very costly action, but it's also going to raise your security by quite a big amount. I think 20 or so. Or by the amount you actually save off of, take off of your regular production. And that's going to make it a lot more likely to capture or disable at least the enemy spies. Once we get a spy in an enemy city, we'll get to these actions, but I think it's better to explain that step by step when we actually do it, than just hit you with all of that right now, and babble and babble and babble, and meanwhile you'll fall asleep and forget it anyway. So, also I'm not, like, I just played around a little with these guys, but by no means an expert on how to play them and their play style in general, so... This is starting out to be rather profitable, though. More delvers. God, those guys, if they didn't give us such a useless quest. 10 spies and 10 quicksilver, like, that's laughable. Why would I even... Oh, whatever. Yeah, so we need to pacify these guys. Let's see over here. Man, that is a complicated region with these ridges and all that forest. I think I'm gonna go... Oh, of course, I shouldn't zoom out. Like, why would I even do that? Graphics are so beautiful, I should just be zoomed in. And be mindful of the terrain, because now I lost 1 movement point because I can't go up here. Oh, hello there. That is the type of anomaly I like to see. Let's see. No dust whatsoever, but pretty good production and food. I need a dust city though. Really need that. Can we... No. Gonna lose that one turn though. It's gonna be worth it though. Likely, maybe we can get it back when we move to P. Yeah, let's try that. All right, end that turn. And there we go. Now we have 2 people. And can we bring it down to 1? We can. Even now we can. Oh, that's good. Very good indeed. So, what will be the next building we need to get? Let's first see what our neighboring regions are. There's a couple of anomalies. Geothermal pit. Again, more signs. Ah, there's the type of anomaly I like to see. Mineral rich. Though no dust anywhere. What the Yeah, that start is kind of tough, I gotta say. The good thing is we don't see any neighbors yet, and I want to keep it like that as long as possible, because that is actually the strength of the Forgotten, that we'll stay hidden and perform our actions from the shadows, so to speak. Because as soon as the enemy AI will discover us, being as weak as we are now... Oh, we're actually leading. Well, that's because of the text we got. They're actually gonna just right away attack us and make our life miserable. So we need to stay in the shadows, weaken them with our spies, and then when the time comes, strike from the shadows as well. Just position a good army in stealth, and the second you declare war, just go ahead and capture the city that you want, and then try and get for a truce as soon as possible. Anyway, that shall do it for the first episode. I think we have an interesting start, to say the least. And we'll see how that goes. I hope we'll find some good quests, because that is actually also very important. We did invest some dust, which is a very precious resource for us right now, because we don't get much of it, into the language square, and that needs to pay off. So hopefully it will. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed that, this is the first episode of the series, so I'm gonna judge your enthusiasm for more of this type of content by your reaction to it. So there's a like button, there's a comment box where I'll take any suggestions for how to play these guys. Because like I said, I did experiment a little bit, but yeah, I'm not quite... It's always feeling weird to have no research queued up. Like, when I play on my own, I just have a regular, like, just queue up that stuff, because it just... I don't know, after playing that game for so long, I'm so used to it, it just weirds me out. And just in general, I don't know how much influence to invest in the spy actions and all that, but you're gonna see my confusion as the series progresses, so... what was my point? Oh yeah, input. I'll take any of it. And criticism as well, of course, just use that comment box to your liking. Also, enjoy your day and see you around for the next episode. Until then, goodbye.